chirangi cha Crown Paints eyure company nambe yemo eyokorose chirangi mense yiga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoro isya ebintu biria bikomanya seka ngo kwanira chirangi ekyo boyiko chire chichi brand ao ekyo chire chingi ya kirage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao punabono mbabwate chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ye nyumba chire chikomentera nibwa amavuta yani oil na boigo chiriya chia mache inyuranga chirangi chiga nigo chire kurwase chire cheri guririke iriya gatigati bwekariguri iriya bantabati boigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo gwochoganya chirangi wikabunuragani gwochoganire erangi yiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na bokwege namuna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayanyora bwikirano tutarire rero eriwe nyorere abamanyi aboigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara njibwa tokorelekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego tokase enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eywerangene duka ya Safaricom mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyure angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakire simgwe trase namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Vipi, mbona mbwata hapa? Nini shida?
Unajikuta nani mshikaji wangu? Yaani unaweza ukavaa ujasiri kiasi cha kwamba unaweza kutoka na wadogo zetu kwa mada zetu ambao tunawategemea baadaye waje kuwa watu wakubwa, afu unakuja kuwachezea kirahisi. Oya, omboi. Sikiliza nikwambie. Bi mkubwa anapata tabu kinoma noma kumsomesha ubinti. Si unanielewa eh? Mimi napambana kinoma noma na kaba huko mzee kwa sababu mdogo wangu mimi aishi vizuri. Afu boya mshamba kama wewe unakaa na pumbavu wenzako mnashawishiana kuja kutongoza dogo zetu. Hivi si wangu, naomba nikuulize. Kuna wanawake wangapi uko wanajiuza? Mpaka wengine wanatimuliwa katika madangulo. Serious, unakuja kutembea na mwanafunzi?
Aramisi yechitariki inya mutinye yiga kianda mwaka bw'ekiri 2050 Ibere na Isano mwanje murigereria ekene Ekeonga Chinsa Isano na Ibere asenchira yo wenge koro Getembe TV boirire buyanje nkoro kwa Catherine Nyaboga veni Nyaboga koro somona buyimanyire mwaka usnera kone kabune chibichechi na Mario Gingo ikira chira asenchira yo boikaranu ikaranseke obena intugo ikomwere tokomanye gatiari abere kagwatika koro imena ko yorogongoro agusi natugo chaka ekamati abamanyi abo barache kora omoroberio wo gwakana bale banyore to gwakwa chinga kichokorobekana kwa basayibeke korigia jenzi nigo yatianiwa imambia ya rero ase ekegambere kenene magega yaya nigo ekamati iyo ekorawa nereo no mosemia bo muraibwense umoske gose professor makao mutwa era korege karege tangani ase amagacho AKICC umocho Nairobi eriange kwanire igoro ye chinjira gose bitambukira barache kwimuka na gokonya ose gotinya ekamati eyo anamono bose bogo chigwakana abo babete bakonyora ogwakwa
or with written consent directly or indirectly reveal any business or proceedings of the panel or any matter brought under my consideration or shall become known to me as member of the said panel, and that I will faithfully and fully, impartially, and to the best of my ability, discharge the trust and perform the functions and exercise the powers devolving upon me by virtue of this appointment without fear, favor, bias, affection, ill will, or prejudice. I, Rongo Houghton, have been appointed as a member of the panel of experts on the compensation of victims of demonstrations and public protests, do solemnly affirm that I will and truly serve as a member of the panel, and that in the exercise of my duties, I shall obey, respect, and uphold the Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic. I will not, other than in the discharge of my duties or with written consent, directly or indirectly reveal any business or proceedings of the panel or any matter brought under my consideration or shall become known to me as a member of the panel. I will faithfully and fully, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge the trust and perform the functions and exercise the powers devolving upon me by virtue of this appointment.
I, Reverend Barasa Kennedy, having been appointed as member of the panel of experts on compensation of victims of demonstrations and public protests, do solemnly swear that I shall well and truly serve as a member of the panel, and that in the exercise of my duties I shall obey, respect, uphold the Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic. That I will not, other than in the discharge of my duties or with written consent, directly or indirectly reveal any business or proceedings of the panel or any matter brought under my consideration or shall become known to me as a member of the said panel. And that I will faithfully and fully, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge the trust and perform the functions and exercise of power devolving upon me by
Togo skabusyomu emambia rero muwaziri w'uburundi boime omoske Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen nigo araho muyega bugo sanga ebirengerero n'abanyanyimbo anene muno aba OCS gikarogo somuyega okorekana a sense moyangong ukona somuyego yo Murkomen niga kwanera chi uniform gose chi yanga chinye ase abanyanyimbo anene muno ase abasubati baibwatraneti asateba nigo barache korenta chi uniform chi maternity ase abanyanyimbo abasubati na ase boyigo asa sense mende niga kwanera ogokinwa ebirugo ase abanyanyimbo bali babiri bakore mirimo asegeka.
Soon we will come back to you with the new uniform that you chose, and that we have said that we must be sensitive in the distribution of these uniforms across the police service and also the Ngao officers. Future police uniform should include maternity dress for female police officers. Yeah. It is not DIG. The future uniform must include maternity dress for female police officers. Thank you very much. And it is not, just imagine that all the female police officers are recruited at 18, 19, 20, 21. So most of them are not even married. They are going to get married, they get children, and they have no uniform. That is, when they are expecting, they have a good uniform. And, if you buy for them a good uniform, they will wear, when they're having their first child, the second, until the last one. I'm not saying that one uniform. I'm saying, it will help them be able to wear over a certain period of time until, of course, you replace with another one and so forth. And can you imagine, it has never been thought, that ACC, you remember we recruit ACCs as young people, the chiefs, female chiefs and so forth, very few are recruited when they are very young. But ACCs and police officers are employed when they are young. Nobody has ever thought that their uniform should include a maternity dress. The promotion policy, it has to be now clear. How long can someone be a constable? For how long can somebody be a corporal? And so forth until the final place. And that's why you've heard that, as we have agreed that if you have been, if you are 50 and above and you are still a constable, you should be promoted on merit now. And you know, if you have been a corporal for 15 years, you should be promoted on merit. But this is a stopgap measure. Now, the real issue is that out of Jukwaa la Usalama, we want to have a standing policy as for how long shall a police officer stagnate in a particular rank, you know? And we must sort that issue so that somebody is not in one rank.
Deputy Inspector General wa Banyanyimbo Douglas Kancha ni gonere sege karekyo sasa mojegoyo arobo semya gochasa Banyanyimbo gotwara chimbwa chingia anene muno ase bituo byabo byemeremo gokwana sege karana Banyanyimbo ni gakwanira obwasyoku ase bitabu bya obi nabo igo obosibore bwa mwanya bantu na korenda bwene bwa bana bake gose child rights.
Police stations must be the centers of excellence at all costs. You are the beacon of hope in the National Police Service. A man is great not because he hasn't failed, but because the failure hasn't stopped him. There are lessons learned in your life as the station commander. I just want us to remind ourselves what we've already been told, because station being a role model, we would like and stand for the excellency, and for the excellency of the station starts with the leadership. The station commander must be very impartial, must be disciplined, must ensure he supervises his troops, must also know the welfare of his men. At all times, professionalism must be the guiding principle to every action you take in your police stations. Strengthen the community policing, because mwananchi ndiye mwenye nchi na ndiye anafanya tukue wapi hapo. Am I communicating? Have a listening ear, have empathy with them. Let those police stations have or be clean facilities, because when they are clean, even those your customers who make you be there, they'll also have better way of living. Also remember polycare and a gender for child protection. Uphold human rights at all times, be professional. Lastly, time is a currency that you cannot buy back, so use it on what matters at all times.
Nsemo yebigambiro kubwatirana n'ensemo eriye kwenana obokoreri ase bisibo nigo bachakira omorobero bogokiania ogoitinyana kwabasibwa ase bisibo imeyensi ya Kenya. Tambukire keiga no koirania amaskani nabo igo bwene bwabasibwa abo ase omunache bino monene omusubati Martha Koome atebire ensemo yebigambiro nigo yerure gochenjia amagima yabasibwa abo.
Statistics show us why this work matters. In our lower courts here at Garissa, I just noted this morning that the average remand period is about 1 year, while in murder cases that are before the High Court, it is about 2 years. So long periods weigh heavily on individuals, their families, and the prison system.
Similarly, petty offenders should not be subjected to incarceration, and I'm talking to our magistrates here. As long as we have work to do, they should never be incarcerated. Instead, they should be diverted to community service or alternative sentencing options that enable them to contribute positively to society. For instance, prison sentences of less than 3 months should be replaced with offenders being assigned to community service projects instead.
Wensi ya Kenya, Daktari William Ruto nigo akorete osinigo airete etimu ya Kenya ebendera yogo chako gosori ne etimu yense ya Tokyo. Okona kero araitigi karo ekyo Ruto nigo atebete ni osiniga kwanirete ebyewa obiri abagosoria nabo igo abamyoki bakonyora asebono eserikali inse yoburaiwa ya mentri chibesa ilyo komenta abagosoria abo omoyo nakubobeko mukia ase chitaranta
I did commit that we are going to review the rewards that are available to our sportsmen and women. We've done so in all the other sports, and so are we doing in athletics. You remember that initially, if you won gold, you would get 750,000. We have reviewed that now, that any gold medalist, as you come back from Tokyo, we are now going to give them a reward of 3 million shillings. And silver from 500,000 to 2 million. And bronze from 350,000 to 1 million. We have also a new package for those who participate in Commonwealth Games. And the new package is from 500,000 to 2.5 million. For gold, 300,000 to 1.5 million for silver, and from 200,000 to 1 million for bronze. The ministry is going to review other packages to make sure that we encourage the sporting spirit in Kenya. We reward the men and women who, as was said earlier by General Tuwei, they are the biggest ambassadors of our country. I know that you are going to Tokyo, and you have been given some allowance, to survive around and to, to do a few things here and there. I did recommend that we need to review even the allowances that you are paid as you go to represent Kenya in the World Championships or indeed any other games outside Kenya.
Mwancho murigereria chiabutokire chitaika 15 nemo igire Chinsa Isano na Ibere chiabona marago bose chiabona mugaso na rayo kore Ekeonga Chinsa Isano na Ibere asenchira yo wenge yomuna yanda mange ninchkwera na gaiga chikura ga Chinsa 10 ngoratere asenchira yo wenge wego twaro boro byasemiro bya Getembe TV ko bwata tumira na Chinsa 10 chebona botambe ngoro wakathire na Nyaboga veni Nyaboke kuraso muno lia boimanyiriro Marcus nera koneke buna chibichechi na marengo kikarashira senchira ere yobekran.
Eduka yobomo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka cholide ili kubatoka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyuere company nambe yemo eyo karose chirangi mense yiga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoro isya ebintu biria bikomanya seka ngo kwanira chirangi ekyo boigo chire chichi brand ao ekyo chire chingia kirage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao punabono mbabwata chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ye nyumba chire chikomentra nibwa amavuta yani oil na boigo chiriya chia mache inyuranga chirangi chiga nigo chire kurwase chire cheri guririke iriya gatigati bwekariguri iriya bantabati boigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo bwochoganya chirangi wikabunuragani ochoganire erangi yiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na bokwege namuna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayanyora bwikirano tutarire rero elibwe nyorere abamanyi aboigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara nchibwa tokorelekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego toka se enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eywerangene duka ya Safaricom mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyure angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Ndagira njane gwansabuna iyero sirine Riziki Caterers. Riziki Caterers ngorobare obukoreri ubuya ase Chinsa mubuna outside catering. Asemeyega buna chinyangi chionse, chi birthday, housewarming, chi anniversary, chi get together, amatanga, corporate events. Kokorabare nankwena nabare obukoreri ase Chinsa muboyego buna decorations, chi ebirogo, chimesa, chikeke, nabo igonkuru barobo koreri bwa public address system. Yubagotoka mbarabari neskuru yuboroso ya jogo. Samange bakresi miase namba 0797119986. Riziki Caterers, ubwansu bwendagera. Kisii Impact Institute of Science and Technology bakorera Intech ya September asibakura chikos mnabono ICT, Mass Communication na Journalism, Hairdressing na Beauty, Perioperative Theatre Technology, Music Production, Computer Packages ne chinde chinyinge. Asamange bakire SMS number 0705 773 142 0784 663 693. Nubagotoka ase omuchubusungu Twin Towers aserirungo 5 na 3.